Bum 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 dum ba dum bum 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 ba dum.
Hello, world, and welcome back to DXO, uh, this channel where I'm sharing some of my experiences using DXO Photolab 5 with you. So I'm doing a photo a day project this year, and I want to try to make as many of them as I can into short videos showing how I process that photo of the day. So today's photo was an unexpected photo. I had an entirely different idea, which I'll save for another time. But due to a wee scooter accident, not me, thankfully, um, I had to change shift gears. And as I was looking at these lemons, I couldn't help it. It's a little bit literal, but hey, if life gives you lemons, make some lemonade. So that's what the photo today is all about. So let's jump in and I'll show you how I'm thinking about editing this particular one. Right, so what I'll do to start with, so I did grab, this is just available light in my kitchen. I wanted to go that way because it would just have sort of a nice soft backlight, but I also did a quick gray reference. So I'm going to jump over to the gray reference photo and go into my color tab, grab that picker, and go ahead and do that. So I've actually already done that, I see, but that's fine. So that done, I'm going to just come here, right click on the image and do copy correction settings. And then I'll pop straight back over to this one that I want to work with, and I'm going to just right click again and do paste correction settings. And there are different things here you can see, like you can choose which corrections to do, or you can do local or global adjustments. But I'm just going straight up. I've just got the one thing, so I'll go ahead and do that. Now, as I continue on, I'm going to stay on the color tab for a minute because I was thinking that I actually wanted to use one of my color renderings on this particular one. So I'm going to come into color rendering down here. And right now it's on just the generic for the camera default. But I'm going to come here to this category, which has been recently added. And I believe, again, that this is only here if you've got DxO Film Pack. But it's got basically the Fuji film simulations in it as produced by DxO, and that often leads to sort of some nice colors. And I have already had a look, and I decided that I quite liked this Fuji Pro Neg high here, so I'll put that one on, and you can get a sense. Just going to click this off and on. Just shifts the coloration a little bit. Keeps the yellows nice and vibrant, though. I noticed that when I was looking at some different renderings, a lot of the times the yellows would get zapped, but I continue to like the yellows here. Although I do notice that it darkens the photo a bit, but that's fine. But that's why I'm doing this before I go to my exposure tab, because it's actually going to impact how I go about my exposure. So that's all good. I'll come away from the color tab for now over to my exposure tab. And I'm going to, just from eye, I'm going to just see what a stop looks like. Reckon that looks pretty good. I'm just scrolling over here to get a sense for how bright that is. So that white sugar's gone around 200, and it's showing up quite neutral, which means that my white point worked well. Nice. I think that's probably a good spot for now. Just going to scroll over here, have a look at my histogram, reasonably nicely spread. I am going to go ahead and try smart lighting as I always do. And it does give it a bit of kapow. It does definitely lift things. I'm going to leave most of this on today, actually. I don't want this photo too dark, so I'll go ahead and I might just drop it a smidge, but I'm going to leave most of it on there. Excellent. Selective tones. I might bring this incredible blast of light here. I might bring that down a bit, but I'll do that using local adjustment a little bit later. So I'll skip past that. Don't want clear view. I will add contrast. So, and again, micro contrast always pops on to give it. It just gives it a little bit, almost a sense of sharpness. It gives it a little bit more texture. You can reduce it if you want to, but I think it's nice. It gives the lemon skin a nice little crispness. And now other contrast. Let me just see this for a second. Yeah, I am actually going to bump that a touch. maybe even as high as 10. Let me just see how the overall contrast addition here. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think that looks really good for this photo. And again, tone curve I might come back to after a while. So what else? Let me think for a moment. I'm going to just see about straightening this photo a little bit. So I've got DXO Viewpoint, I believe it's called, is their other sort of plug-in software, and that just it integrates. So I could use it otherwise, but I can just do it straight in here. So I'm going to try perspective. And that does some auto stuff that is not quite what I want. I'm going to turn off the little magic wand tool there, and I'm just going to grab a couple of these and just see by eye quickly what if I can just bring it up a little. That's right now. Just make sure that I'm reasonably on the money. I'm not worried about being crazy accurate on this particular one because I just want to take a little bit of that wide angle distortion, or not distortion, but you know what I mean, sort of keystoning effect out of it. So I've got those things there. So I'm just going to do apply here and see how that goes. Cool. So looks pretty good. I'm going to flick on my crop, which will automatically just bring it in to cover the spots that are, you know, where there's no information. It brings the square in what it needs to sort of automatically. And then that, to me, that's just maybe a smidge too true right now. Like I don't want it to be unbelievably straight. So I'm actually going to back it off a little, but the adjustment that I did, take a little bit of it away. Yeah, I think that that's looking pretty nice. So I'll close. You notice all of the tool is still showing here, so I just need to click close to make that go away. Nice. So that's looking great. I'm going to pop up here. I know for a fact that I want to crop that in a little bit, unconstrained. I'm going to bring that in here a little. And yeah, that's already come in there a little. I'll bring it even a little touch more. And maybe even down just a little touch more. Close. Yeah, I think that that's looking pretty good. Excellent. So, let me think. That is getting awfully close. Is there anything else I would like to do? Oh yes, I was going to fix that window, so I'll go to local adjustments, and you can, if I right click, I can get my various tools, and I'm already on my control point, which is the sort of the circular version. So I'm going to just go ahead with that. I'll click to make that go away, and kind of get that there. Pardon me for the little tooltip that's showing up there. So show mask. Yeah, that's actually grabbed it quite nicely. No worries at all. I'll go to the exposure side of that and just bring that down a bit so I can take a little bit of the heat out of it. Sorry, my screen is quite small, and so I'm just wondering if I maybe do this, I can get that away from there. There we go. I can see that a little bit better now. So bring that there, and yeah, I mean, I don't want to go ridiculous with it. I just want to take a little bit of the heat out of it, basically, so that it's not quite so intense up there. Nice. Let me just back out and see if I can get a sense for how that's looking. Of course, I won't be able to because that thing's in the way. I don't like that thing. All right, let's just do this. Awesome. Oh, that might be too far, actually. That's looking a bit gray, isn't it? So I'll just bring it back up a bit. See where that's falling. 238, 237. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little, it's a little bit below sort of a pure white, which probably that'll do. Yeah, just take a bit of the intensity out of it. Okay. Nice. Excellent. Okay, and I think that might just be it for this one. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else jumping out at me. I've been checking out the old vignettes throughout the course of this, haven't I? So I will just see. Actually, that's a fine spot for it. Yeah, and I think I like that quite a bit. All right, so that's everything for today. One edit: if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Thanks for watching. Hope this has been informative and or entertaining. Have a great day.